Friends, I welcome all of you once again to the third revision session of environmental balance. So far you have already learned that what do you mean by food chain, what is the meaning of food web, and again we have solved certain kind of the objective questions as well. Correct. So now let's see what we are going to learn today. So you know that there are many type of the animal who are dependent upon the other animal as the food material. So when these animals join together, they form what? Food chain. Correct. So exactly in the same manner, you can see that here in this diagram as well, there are many food chain which are available in our environment. Because of these food chain, every living thing gets the food it needs and therefore continues to live. So there are many variety of the food chain which are available in nature. As you can see that one animal could be food for many type of the animal. Correct. So in the environment there are many type of the food chain which are available in the nature. Okay, so now you know that after the death of an animal or after the death of an plant, a be it animal or be it plant, the dead body of that animal or that plant, it will get decomposed inside the soil. So you know that in the soil there are many type of the microorganism which are present inside the soil. So these microorganisms which are present in the soil, they do the process of decomposition. What is the name of the process? Decomposition. Decomposition of what, students? The decomposition of plant residue, the dead animal and the excreta, etc. So remember the definition of decomposition. So what is the meaning of decomposition, students? The microorganisms living in the soil help the process of decomposition of plant residue, dead animals and the excreta as soon. Okay. So whatever the material which are produced after the decomposition process, all that material get mixed into the soil, and whatever the part of the whatever the material which is inside the soil, that is provided to the plant for their growth and the development process. So you know that after the process of decomposition, these substances whatever present in the plant body and the animal body, they get deposited into the soil. So whatever nutrients went inside the soil, that nutrient again it is provided back to the plant for the growth and the development process. So did you understand the nutrient cycle, students? What I told you, that whatever nutrient are present in the soil, they will be provided to the plant for their growth and development. Correct. So once the growth and development of the plant is done, okay, the plant will grow as soon as it lives, and after the death of the plant and after the death of the animal, whatever the nutrient are present in the dead body and the dead plant, they will again come back into the soil. So this cycle will go on and go on and go on. That means from soil to the plant, plant to the animal, and after the death of the plant and the animal, it will again come back to the soil. Is that clear to you? So this is how the nutrient cycle occurs inside the nature. And you know that this plant uses these substances which are present in the soil for their growth, and then plants and the animals, they die, and the decomposition of the plant and the animal, they gets added into the soil once again. So this is how the cycle of the nutrient it occurs inside the environment. Understood now how exactly the nutrient cycle will go on inside the environment? Okay. Now one more thing, along with the nutrient cycle there is one more cycle which operates at the nature, and that we call it as what? Water cycle. What we call it as? Water cycle. Can you see here in this picture, students? What you can see here in this picture? You can see that over here in this picture, you can see that the rainwater is coming. Correct. So here in the rainwater, whatever rainwater is coming from the cloud, it is falling on the land. It is getting accumulated inside the river, etc. So whatever rainwater is coming, it is coming into the ocean, it is coming into the river, etc. and after the rainwater it is getting accumulated inside the river and the sea, etc., the rainwater, it will get evaporated in the form of water vapor. Can you see that over here? The rainwater which came over here, it will get evaporated into the water vapor, and again this water vapor, when it get condensed, again it will form as a rain, and again it will form the water which went in the form of water vapor, again it will come on the ground in the form of rain. Understood now? So this is how the water cycle has been operated, and because of the water cycle, the supply of the water has been done to all type of the living organism which are present in an environment. Are you getting my point over here? How exactly the water cycle has been operated over here? So living organism gets the continuous supply of water because of what? Water cycle. Remember the water cycle. So whatever the living organism they are present on this earth, they gets the supply of the water because of what? Water supply. Understood now? Just now we spoke about the nutrient cycle, and right now we spoke about the water cycle. Okay, and at the same time, students, as you know that we all are living thing, correct? So for the living purpose, what we most require? We require the oxygen. So the oxygen is the most important part which is required for the breathing process. So be it animal or be it plant, all type of the animal and all type of the plant, we take the oxygen inside our body, and after that, once the respiration has been done, what we leaves outside? The carbon dioxide, it will come outside. The carbon dioxide is given out and the oxygen is taken inside. The carbon dioxide, it is given out and the oxygen is taken inside during the process of respiration. Understood? What did I say? Living things use oxygen from the air for breathing process, and the carbon dioxide gas, it is given out during the respiration process. Understood what I told you just now? I repeat once again. During the process of respiration, oxygen, it is taken inside for breathing purpose, and the carbon dioxide gas, it is given out during the process of what? Respiration. And the same thing, it is exactly opposite in case of the plant when they do the process of photosynthesis. You know that during the process of photosynthesis, here you can see that the plant utilize the carbon dioxide. Plant use the carbon dioxide during process of photosynthesis. I repeat here once again. And once the photosynthesis process has been done, you can see that over here the oxygen will come out. The oxygen will come out from the photosynthesis process, and the carbon dioxide, it is taken by the plant to make their own food material. So this process, students, we call it as what? Photosynthesis. What we call it as? Photosynthesis. So what is the meaning of photosynthesis basically over here? So in the process of photosynthesis, plant use carbon dioxide from the air to make their food, and during this process of photosynthesis, the oxygen is given out. What is given out? Oxygen. So oxygen is given out during photosynthesis and the carbon dioxide is taken inside during the photosynthesis. So I hope so, student, you understood the difference between the respiration and you understood the difference between the photosynthesis as well. In photosynthesis, plant take the carbon dioxide and plant give out the oxygen. In the process of respiration, we take oxygen inside and we give out the carbon dioxide. Is that clear what I told you just now over here? So there are several other cycles which are present in the nature. Thus, there is an interaction among the living thing and between the non-living thing which are present in the nature. And the interaction go on continuously. This helps to maintain the food chain in the environment, as well as it helps to maintain the diversity of the environment. Is that clear now? So living thing and non-living thing both are dependent upon each other. Okay, so now depending upon whatever we have learnt now, let's solve the objective question once again. Okay, so now students, what you can see here in this question, read the question carefully. Now you have to solve the filling the blanks. So what is the filling the blank? Can you repeat once again? When different food chain are combined together, they form dash. So you are provided with the four option. Option A, food chain. Option B, food web. Option C, environment. Option D, water cycle. So what will be the right option, student? Can you guess the right option? When many food chain are combined together. So we are combining food chain, no? So what we can call it as? Can we call it as food chain? No. Can we call it as environment? No. Can we call it as water cycle? No. Then what is the right option, students, here in this case? Food web. So out of ABCD, if you feel that the B option is right option, so likewise in your unit test as well, there will be four options which will be provided to you. So you have to click on the right option like this. Understood? So this is how the filling the blanks questions are going to come in your unit test exam. Okay. Now after that, now next question for your understanding, we have took one more thing over here. Select the true or false. Now read the question carefully, students. What has been given? All living things need oxygen for respiration. Is it true or false? All living things need oxygen for respiration. So we are living thing, plants are living thing, whatever living thing are present in the nature, everybody requires the oxygen. So it is true or false, students? Yes, of course it is true. So what are the options which are provided to you? Option A says that it is true. Option B says that it is false. Then option A is right. Correct. So if you feel that option A is correct, then you have to click on the option A button. Got it? So this is how you have to select whether option A is right or option B is right. Understood? One more question we will see now. Answer the following in one word. In one word question also you will can see that over here. Even in one word type of question, you don't have to type anything. There will be option which will be provided to you in unit test exam. You have to just click on the right option. Is that clear? So read the question carefully, student. What is given? The variety we see in all the living thing that belong to a particular area, it is called as what? What we call it as, students, here? Variety which we see in the nature. Any guesses? I told you in the last lecture, in the last revision lecture, whatever variety we see in the nature, what we call it as variety, different type of the animal, different type of the plant which we see around us, what we call it as? Do we call it as biodiversity? Yes, we call it as biodiversity. Do we call it as only diversity? No. Do we call it as environment? No. So now here you can see that biodiversity is right option. Correct. So now here in this case option A is right. So as option A is right, we have to click on the option A like this. Understood? So this is how you have to select the right option for answer in one word as well. You don't have to type anything. You have to just click on the right option. After that, now the last question for today's session, that is find odd man out. Now you have to choose the odd man out, students, over here. Now what are the questions? Read once again. Grasshopper, lion, caterpillar and elephant. Now you have to select which one is the odd man out among the four. Grasshopper, lion, caterpillar and elephant. What you feel, student? What will be the right option? Think upon it. I'll give you one hint. You have to select the option depending upon the given animal, it is herbivorous or given animal is carnivorous. Now it will be easier for you to guess. Okay. Now tell me, students, over here in the case, grasshopper, it is herbivorous or carnivorous? Yeah, of course it is herbivorous. For herbivorous I am writing H. Okay. For herbivorous I am writing H, and for carnivorous I will write in shortcut as a C. Okay. Now tell me, lion is herbivorous or it is carnivorous? Of course it is carnivorous. So I will write here C. Caterpillar. Caterpillar is herbivorous or carnivorous? Yes, it is herbivorous. So I will write here as H. Elephant. It is herbivorous or carnivorous? Elephant. Again it is herbivorous. Am I right? Now what is the odd man out, students? You can see that here in the given option, grasshopper, caterpillar, elephant, all are herbivorous except lion. Lion is the carnivorous, right? So what is the odd man out? Tell me here in this case. What will be the right option? Here in the case of the odd man out, B option is the odd man out. It is the right option. So B option, lion, is the correct option. So you have to click on the B option. So you will be clicking on the B option like this. Understood? So this is how the objective exam questions are going to come for your unit test exam. Now I hope so students, I am clear with the objective pattern which will be there for your unit test exam. Understood now student, what kind of questions there will be in your exam? So there will be filling the blanks question, there will be answer in one word, true or false question, odd man out questions, then again diagram will be given to you. So from the diagram you have to label it correctly. So for each and every type of the question you will be provided with the option like A, B, C, D or only A, B, C. So you have to click on the right option. Okay. So wish you a very all the best for your exam. Do well.